And just like that, the next episode has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I am your host, MegaShadowFist. I suck at video games, I suck at commentary. And when we last left off, we were talking to a Detective Fulbright who's acting especially weird today for one reason or another. So let's go and continue. Right after that, the one over on Launchpad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter. The shelter? That's right. There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. Okay, B1. It's there for accidents, emergencies, and the like. So where were you when the first bomb went off? I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. The 4th floor. And if I recall correctly, there was there was an explosion on the 2nd floor, right? So yeah, right there. So how do you get down to the shelter then? The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way. Now, wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter? No, we lowered an emergency ladder from the 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down and headed to the shelter. Wow, what an ordeal! But climbing down an emergency ladder kind of sounds fun. Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. Just a moment, I have some more information to share with you. Huh? But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay? Huh? Wow, and Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on a short leash, too. Well, never mind that. I thought you should know that there was a witness. The witness. I'm not like it. He's acting too fishy. What's going on here? Could you tell us more about this witness? I mean, what's going on here? Sure thing! The witness is a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge. So, she was looking to the crime scene from the outside. That's right! It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though. You don't, but that's the most important thing of all. Don't you worry, I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her. A 4th floor employee? No, I guess if we're gonna switch everyone's voices, he's gotta be like Apollo. A 4th floor employee, huh? Alright, thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright. Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even. Yes, well, actually, Something you can't talk about? Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now. What was that all about? You can say that again. I don't know why I decided to switch up all. It's because I messed up when I accidentally gave him the Fulbright the Athena voice. I was just like, let's just stick with it. What was that all about? Something is definitely going on. I'm going to get it out of him the next time I see him. Okay. I'm not so sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. Boom, I forgot there's sound delay. Boarding lounge.
December 19th, Cosmos Pressure. You two just Fulbright's great your person investigate. Else I should bring you some facts with your liquid if you like.
Oh, that's alright, but thank you for the offer. Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Now let's see. Where's that diagram again? So this lounge is on the 3rd floor in the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend. Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person then. You read my mind, Athena. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem though. this room. It's just so big. Don't worry! We could use this to help us! A Space Center pamphlet? For tourists? Yep! Picked it up at the entrance! The maps inside should come in handy! Let's see... Yep! Here it is! A map of the lounge! This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright! Oh yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. Space Center pamphlet added to the court record. A pamphlet for visitors to the Space Center. It includes a diagram of the boarding lounge. Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person. Wait, there's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window? You know, I was wondering, actually no, I saw it and I didn't really think much of it. Like, I was like, that's weird, but you know, I guess that's kind of like a, that's a testament for this game, how I can just see that. I don't really think much of it. Oh, it's just some dinosaur thing in the background, some Loch Ness monster thing. Oh, boss, it's just a holographic image. Oh yeah, I knew that. That's a relief. Is that, what was it? Gordy. Is that Gordy? There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet anyway. The only reason you're so eager to start is so that you can push that button, isn't it? And what's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues. Alright, fine. Let's get investigating. Examine. We'll examine that last. Let's go with Gordy. At first glance, it looks like a peaceful landscape, but then there's that creature. Didn't the whole probe go to some planet? Maybe this is what its surface looked like. I don't know. I think it would have made the news if they discovered a creature like that. It did make quite a bit of news, though, when the probe came back. Yeah, but the whole probe didn't even go to a planet, it went to an asteroid. That's a big rock kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. Asteroids do have gravity, but they don't exactly have, like, you know, an atmosphere or anything to support life. That's your random Japanese word. I can't think of anything at the moment, but, actually, hold on. Let's see here. Let's see. What's, random Japanese word? I'll think of something. But what I was going to say anyway is, like, space. Your Fermi paradox. Basically, it's this, they did a very good job explaining it. It's quite an interesting thing. It's questioning, because, like, the likelihood of there being advanced life in space is pretty high, actually. All you have to do is take the Drake equation to figure the Drake equation, which explains the likelihood of there being a extraterrestrial life out there. I'll explain after I examine another thing here. No matter how I look at it all I can think of is torture device. But I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity? Uh-oh, Athena has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing out? I want to try it out. I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just out-muscle me. Hey, Mr. Wright, look at that stuff! Mr. Wright, the 30-year-old man afraid of the 18-year-old girl. I mean, she does, like, know, like, some super OP moves, so... Some kind of fragment? It's stuck in tight. Oh, so that's what the glint was all about. That color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank? I think you're right, but if that's here, it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. So Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge. So, Apollo was right. The scene of the murder was in the launch pad. Way to go, Apollo! Anyway, the Drake equation, which explains the possibility of there being extraterrestrial life out there. So, like, there's an estimate of between 100 to 400 billion stars within the Milky Way galaxy alone. So let's say that only a tenth of those have a star that's the size of, I believe that's how it works. No, I might be getting a couple of details mixed up. Let's say that only a tenth of those have stars the size of our sun, right? Because we know for a fact with 100% certainty that stars the size of our sun can support life. Why? Because we're here. So that would be like what, 10 million, like 10 billion, 40 billion. We'll just round it down to the middle. So 25 billion stars. Let's say that only a tenth of those have planets that are capable of supporting life. So that's 2 billion. Let's say that only a tenth of those have planets that actually have life on them. So that's 200 million. Let's say that only a tenth of those have advanced life on them. So that's 20 million stars. 20 million stars at least within the galaxy that have extraterrestrial life in there. So that raises the question: if there are all those stars with all that advanced life in there, why haven't we seen anything? Which is the Fermi paradox. Which I'll get into in a second. That's some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there. According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. You can power them yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too. Why would anybody want to have something like that here? It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body. Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle 0G? But yeah. That's the Fermi. There was something else I wanted to say about that, but I forgot. Yeah, that's the Drake equation, the Fermi paradox in a nutshell. A window, and it's right next to the holographic image too. No, I was gonna say 20 million. I mean, it's because, like, well, one thing I have to keep in mind is that the Milky Way galaxy is 100,000 light years wide, right? So, assuming that you have anything that's capable of, traveling the speed of light, if they lived on the opposite side of the galaxy, well, actually, we're actually towards, like, more the center. We're not, like, at the far outer edge, but still, it would take them a long time to get here. That's one thing. Another thing, I remember seeing Michio Kaku, a Japanese-American, not astronaut, but is he like a physicist or something? Like, he talked about this. He said he compared it to like ants, right? Like, you as a human, if you see an ant, you don't go, "Hey ant, let me share all this information with you. Like, I just have all this information I want to share with you." No, probably what you do is you just step on the ants. Probably, maybe from like a type 4 civilization's perspective, something like us, just wouldn't even bother with us. A window, and it's right next to the holographic image, too. I bet it's here to help people see the dark contrast between reality and virtual reality. Way off. It says emergency ventilation. To clear smoke from a fire? See? It's pointing out the virtual insanity of reality! I guess that'll be a random Japanese word for the recording session. Taioke. Which is, solar system, if you will. It's, if you know anything about Japanese, Taiyo means sun, and then you add K to it, so it's like related to it, if you will. Anyway, examine. Just one thing I will say from my perspective anyway, maybe it's just my type of brain. It's important to learn your kanji because I feel like it's easier to learn words if you can associate the kanji with them. Maybe it's just because I tend to have like a more like visual style focused brain, but if you associate kanji with like images, if you associate words with kanji, it's easier to memorize them, I think. Let's see, this door is... Where's that pamphlet? Here we are! It's the door to the corridor that leads to the Launchpad 1! We went through it early when we went to talk to Detective Fulbright. So I guess the security lock must be disengaged now, right? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. This thing beside the door... This must be the fingerprint recognition device. Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial. The nation of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few that claims to do so. Then, does this mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel is supposed to be really small. Voila! Fingerprint powder! I brought it just in case something like this came up. I found it at the office. I've been just itching for a chance to use it. Wow, way to think ahead. Now let's test the fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find. You got it! Now to sprinkle some here and a little over there, and... Let's see what we have here. Nothing? Oh, actually we do. Oh, we got something! Aw, it's only a single set of prints! Isn't that a good thing? Unless... Sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although, I doubt we'll be so lucky as to get the culprit's prints on the first try. Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data. Right. And there's a security footage of this door too. Yes, here it is! It came up in the court the other day. I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit. Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away. Yeah, he's in almost too good of a mood today. Yeah, there's something odd here. Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room. They keep bringing it up. Examine. So this is the fingerprint recognition device. I guess you put your hand on this hand mark. Why guess when you can try? Now to line my hand up with the outline. Athena. Seriously? Don't, Athena! This thing is related to the case! Get your prints all over that, and the next thing you know, you'll be named a suspect. How can you be so cruel to a little girl like me? I'm not buying those tears, Missy. I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob on a stove. Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove would require a knob security like this? You haven't had enough cooking, apparently, Phoenix. Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was for a stove, the burner would be off. Right. If it was for a stove. That was a joke, by the way. Don't take that too seriously. Still, I wonder what it's really for. Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove? How about a rocket engine? Yeah, I was like, if you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take out before you could get in. Plus, I don't think anyway. Then I guess all we can say for now is that it's a mystery knob. Okay. Looks like that's all there is to there. There's like a sleeping, I was about to say sleeping pill. This is probably all the same? I don't know. Yeah, there's a bit more to it. Examine. Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says. Oh boy! I want to try it! Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could do mid-air somersaults. We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. Well, at least I could jump really high! There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, "Don't jump too high." Then what good is this thing? Didn't they say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? Walk like an Egyptian. Ba-da-dum-ba-dum-ba-da-bum-ba-bum. Way-oh, 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 way-oh. What's this, a trapdoor? It's a trash chute! The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here. The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies. No way! All the robots here are very nice! Actually, wasn't there one in the Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want. How about no? How about we don't and say we did? Huh? Why is it all shiny? We'll figure out in the next episode. I'll pause. See you guys in the next episode.